Hello viewers. Welcome to Seek Wisdom. Presenting today the summary of the book, The Miracles of Mindfulness, written by Thich Nhat Hanh. We aim to cover the whole message of the book, so the duration may be longer. Please do watch till the end. Let's get started. Being mindful is an essential discipline for every task, whether it is a simple task of washing dishes or working on a project. We should not do the task with the mind on next task, rather, be aware of the task at hand, following your breath, conscious of your presence and your thoughts and actions, because in doing so, a miracle is happening. We are actually living our life, otherwise we are always sucked away into the future. So, if one really wants to keep one's consciousness alive, then one must practice right now in one's daily life, not only during meditation sessions. If you are walking on a path to a village, practice mindfulness by keeping this thought alive: I'm walking along the path leading into the village. Understand the difference between machine thinking and mindfulness. Both are opposite. Machine thinking keep repeating one thought like a machine. In brief, keep your attention focused on the work, be alert and ready to handle ably and intelligently any situation which may arise. This is mindfulness. It is the miracle which can call back in a flash our dispersed mind and restore it to awareness so that we can live each minute of life. The most important tool in mindfulness is breathing. Breath is the bridge which connects life to consciousness, which unites your body to your thoughts. Whenever your mind becomes scattered, your breath can help take hold of your mind again. Use breath as a tool to build up concentration power. In order to maintain mindfulness throughout a long period, we must continue to watch our breath. Maintaining mindfulness while walking alone is easy, but what about when walking with someone? Maintain a mindset as, if he wishes to talk, I will answer, but I will continue in mindfulness, aware of the fact that we are walking along this path together, aware of what we say. I can continue to watch my breath as well. Here are a few things to be noted in breathing. Although inhaling and exhaling are the work of the lungs, and take place in the chest area, the stomach area also plays a role. The stomach rises with the filling of the lungs. At the beginning of the breath, the stomach begins to push out. But after inhaling about 2/3 of the breath, it starts to lower again. Why? Between your chest and stomach there is a muscular membrane, the diaphragm. When you breathe incorrectly, the air fills the lower part of the lungs first. Before the upper lungs fill with air, the diaphragm pushes down on the stomach, causing the stomach to rise. When you have filled your upper lungs with air, the chest pushes out and causes the stomach to lower again. Your breath should be light, even, and flowing, like a thin stream of water running through the sand. It should be very quiet, so quiet that a person sitting next to you cannot hear it. A person who knows how to breathe is a person who knows how to build up endless vitality. Breath builds up the lungs, strengthens the blood, and revitalizes every organ in the body. Proper breathing is more important than food. Practice mindfulness every day and every hour is very easy to say, but not easy to practice. So, author suggests to set aside one day in a week to start developing habit of mindfulness. Start that day with mindfulness, like following breath while still in bed. While doing your daily activities like washing face, brushing teeth, follow your breath. Don't let your thoughts scatter. Maintain a half smile while doing all tasks. No matter what task is at hand, do it slowly and evenly, without reluctance. Practicing mindfulness doesn't mean you shouldn't speak at all. You can talk, you can even go ahead and sing, but if you talk or sing, do it in complete mindfulness of what you are saying or singing, and keep talking and singing to a minimum. Practicing a day of mindfulness is crucial. Its effect on the other days of the week is immeasurable. Before going further ahead, there is a question: why should we meditate? The answer is that we all need total rest, because a night of sleep doesn't provide total rest. If you find meditation as a toil, it means you are not sitting correctly. Sit down in whatever position suits you best, the half lotus or lotus, back straight, the half smile on your face. Breathe slowly and deeply, following each breath, then let go of everything. Imagine yourself as a pebble which has been thrown into a river that sinks through the water effortlessly. Detached from everything, it falls by the shortest distance possible, finally reaching the bottom, the point of perfect rest. Don't run after your thoughts. Find joy and peace in this very moment. If you cannot find joy and peace here, you won't find it anywhere. Relaxation is not the only goal of meditation. It goes to have a tranquil heart and clear mind. Sitting in meditation is nourishment for your spirit and nourishment for your body as well. While practicing mindfulness, don't be dominated by the distinction between good and evil, thus creating a battle within oneself. Whenever a wholesome thought arises, acknowledge it. The mind is like a monkey swinging from branch to branch through a forest. In order not to lose sight of the monkey by some sudden movement, we must watch the monkey constantly and even to be one with it. Once the mind is directly and continually aware of itself, it is no longer like a monkey. Here author suggests some methods in order to arrive at liberation from narrow views, and to obtain fearlessness and great compassion. While you sit in meditation, direct your concentration to contemplate on the interdependent nature of certain objects. Like if we look at a wooden table, its existence is due to forests for wood, carpenter, iron ore for nails and many other things. There are 5 categories or 5 aggregates that are the basis of existence. Like table, meditate on the assembly of the 5 aggregates in yourself in the same manner. If the 5 aggregates return to their sources, the self no longer exists. People normally cut reality into compartments, and so are unable to see the interdependence of all phenomena. Attachment to the false view of self means belief in the presence of unchanging entities, which exist on their own. To break through this false view is to be liberated from every sort of fear, pain, and anxiety. Next method is to look death in the face, recognize and accept it, just as we look at and accept life. Meditate on the decomposition of the body, how the body bloats and turns violet, how it is eaten by worms until only bits of blood and flesh still cling to the bones. Meditate up to the point where only white bones remain, which in turn are slowly worn away and turn into dust. The meditation on interdependence is intended to remove the false barriers of discrimination so that one can enter into the universal harmony of life. When your mind is liberated, your heart floods with compassion. Compassion for yourself, for having undergone countless sufferings, because you were not yet able to relieve yourself of false views, hatred, ignorance, and anger. And compassion for others, because they do not yet see and so are still imprisoned by false views, hatred, and ignorance and continue to create suffering for themselves and for others. Practice looking at all beings with the eyes of compassion. Work is only a part of life, but work is life only when done in mindfulness. Otherwise, one becomes like the person who lives as though dead. Sitting in mindfulness, both our bodies and minds can be at peace and totally relaxed. For beginners, author recommend the method of pure recognition, recognition without judgment. Feelings, whether of compassion or irritation, should be welcomed, recognized, and treated on an absolutely equal basis, because both are ourselves. In a family, if there is one person who practices mindfulness, the entire family will be more mindful. We talk about social service, service to the people, service to humanity, service for others who are far away, helping to bring peace to the world. But often we forget that it is the very people around us that we must live for first of all. If you cannot serve your wife or husband or child or parent, how are you going to serve society? Here is a key that author provided. In case you face a provoking situation, be aware of your breath. As long as you are having long breath, you will not respond with anger. You will only get angry when your breath gets short. So, if in such a situation, You are able to maintain long breath. You will not get angry. The book has provided a lot of mindful exercises for various situations. You can buy this book from the links provided in the description. Here we shall wind up the video and hope you will find it useful. If you like this video, hit a like, share it with your friends. Please comment your feedback. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified about the latest updates.